Alright, I'm alive now. I don't like the look of these glasses, so I'm gonna change the picture. This is better. Hi guys. Happy Sunday to those who I didn't see for a while. It's nice weather, very gloomy, little rain, but I love it. Reminds me of back home. Tell me something. Do you guys like... Whoa, so many squirrels right in front of the car. Come on guys. Do you guys like Booster Juice? So do I. I don't have an incredible food processor, so that's why maybe once every couple of months I go and I buy myself Booster Juice. So combination of veggies and fruits and all that stuff. Amazing. Cheers. So I just went to the Booster Juice today. Haha. And before going there, I went to the PetSmart and I bought some hay for my bunnies. And you know, a lot of my friends, you guys know I don't wear a mask. First of all, I'm not sick. Second of all, I have exemption. Third of all, I don't support nonsense. And fourth of all, I don't want to be enslaved. Okay? Alright, so anyway, no, don't run here. Okay. So I had no issues at the PetSmart. I bought everything and they remind me that they can offer me a free mask. And I said, that's so great, but I don't need one. So they were fine, they were cool. You know, cool people, intelligent, minding their business stuff and the people who were inside. And then I stepped inside the Booster Juice. And before that, I had, you know, like you will have guts feelings, right? So I'm like, should I go? I really want a fresh juice. But something told me something is gonna happen there, you know? And when I got inside, it was just the staff members, two young ladies with a mask. And one lady buying her juice, also with a mask. And then she looked at me, you know, people lately for the last 6 months, they checking each other. They checking each other like guard dogs. Like, are you looking, you know, the way you're supposed to look? You have your mask, gloves, sanitizer, and you look serious. Because you're not supposed to smile these days. You're supposed to think about the agenda, saving lives, and think about, you know, COVID-19. Actually, they're supposed to rename it. I think they should go and change the name COVID-19 2020. I think it's COVID-19 2020 now. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. So anyway, the lady looked at me and she's like, and she pointed her index finger right at me. She's like, and where is your mask? I'm like, ma'am, I'm exempt. She's like, no. And then she moved her big filthy index finger at the poster that says bylaw, City of Toronto, blah blah, something 5000 blah blah /2020 bylaw that people are supposed to wear a mask. And you know how the exercising people here, from the time they go to the daycare to the time they finish high school, they're completely brainwashed. So you need like a fire hose, probably 100 millimeters to wash that freaking brain. And anyway, so she pointed out to the poster. I looked at it, I said, yes, I'm aware. But I stand my ground, right? I'm like, do you want me to go and bring you a letter from my doctor and show you? She's like, no, you're supposed to wear a mask. And I was really chill and calm down, really chill, because I'm having a good day. You know, the weather reminds me of back home. You know, I just ordered my Booster Juice. I don't need to be grumpy or, you know, scream at anybody, right? So I'm holding myself. And then after about 4 or 5 times she told me about the masking, she was almost like, it's almost like she's mute. Although that she was talking, almost like deaf, right? She couldn't hear a word I was saying, and she was screaming loud. She started to kind of raise her voice louder and louder each time she repeated the sentence of me wearing mask, pushing me to wear a mask, right? So I told her nicely, I have a health exempt, I have a letter, I have a health exempt, I have a letter. And I said, thank you so much. So on the fifth or sixth time, I told her that, please leave me alone and don't police me. Give this job to the staff members. They know better probably, right? And the staff members remained chill. They looked at that. They I think they were missing popcorn to watch the show. It was a live show, like really good show, right? Good acting, right? A lot of emotions, big drama. And then she's like, so you don't care about people? You don't want to save lives? Well, first of all, I'm not a soldier to save lives. I'm just minding my business. I don't come close to the people because, like, not to scare them away. I don't sneeze and cough in the public. And even sometimes something is really tickling my nose, I'm trying to hold it. So anyway, back to the lady. So she screamed and screamed. Eventually, something happened to her. Her face twisted. And she started to insult me using all kind of obscenities. Meanwhile, I was on the phone on a speaker with my girlfriend who is in Niagara Falls today. She's visiting her friends. And she was listening to all that. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just getting attacked. So then the lady called me, I have to use the word to word. She's like, you fucking idiot. You don't care about people? You don't care about lives? You want to infect everybody? I'm like, yeah, I'm working. Well, I didn't tell her. It's my internal conversation. I'm like, yeah, I'm a working COVID-19/20/21/ all the way till 2025, man. I infect all these people. I'm the, face of Wuhan. So anyway, and I think the fact that I was really calm and kind of like my face didn't twitch like her did, pissed her off even more. So she started to stamp her feet and wiggle her hands, and almost like she's just about to take off from the land. It sounds funny as I describe. I think it's funny, but it wasn't funny because I'm a pretty cool person. But when somebody's starting to insult me for continuously like 5 minutes, because she stood there while I was waiting on my juice, and then she started to approach me very closely with all these insults. And I start to feel that in a few seconds I'm gonna become a Hulk, because my legs start to tremble, not from fear, but from adrenaline, right? Because when you hold certain, to certain degree temperature, right, of emotional kind of distortion, right? You sometimes you just wanna show the person what you're really made of. And trust me, I'm not a big build, but if I hit your face, you might need a serious surgeon. So I was holding myself pretty well not to, cause deformities and distortion in that lady face, right? So eventually she left. I don't know how that happened, but she left. Oh, I started to talk about live video. I said, let me record you. So she was gone. The staff members were smiling through the masks. I could see they were just like, okay. So I apologize because I kind of caused all this trauma and drama. And they smiled and they're like, hey, they're okay. And then I asked one of the person, I said, what if I tell you right now, do you have an underwear? And she smiled. I said, no, really, like, do you have an underwear? What color? Black? No, it's not supposed to be black. It's supposed to be red. And you have to put what I told you. And I said, it's exactly the same with my face. This is my face. And I'm not asking you to be close to me. As long as you, whatever, you're freaking 2 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, 200 feet, keep that distance. That lady, by the way, she didn't keep your distance. She was going right into my face, screaming and chanting about the mask fear and all that, or no mask fear, right? But despite all this, the physical turbulence and all this drama, guys, what I saw? When this lady face started to get really deformed and something, it's almost like a demon is gonna come out of her body. I don't know, some of you, if you guys know me well, I'm very spiritual, right? I'm not gonna say very, I'm just spiritual, right? Because very spiritual, it doesn't sound good. And I'm trying to raise my vibration in terms of like, not only meditate, but study more about other things that sometimes most of people don't believe. Exercise quantum physics, do different kind of, stuff that helps you to understand this world more, or outside of this world more, purpose of our living here. And I tell you something, I think when the people see a light in you, when the people, the mass people, I'm talking about those that they almost came from 3D printer, those that they will do anything. If the government will tell them tomorrow, if you see a person without mask, kill him, guess what? They will do that. And I think that's where the government is heading, right? Because the violence in any form or shape, it shouldn't be okay. It can't be okay. Doesn't matter, like, I have mask or no mask, I'm a human being. I have my own point of view. And if you really believe in this Covidiot, whatever the number is they want to put, I would say 1984 Covidiot, right? Then, you know what, then keep your distance and, you know, mind in your business, right? I think if I were that person, that pro-masking or whatever they call that, I don't think I would feel obligated to teach people how they should walk, or what they should wear, or what they should do, right? I think it's a matter of choice, one thing, and the second thing, I think I'm nobody. I'm not in that way. I'm not the police. I'm not the bylaw officer from City of Toronto. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. So you know what, guys? If some of you is watching me now or will watch me later, because I will save this video, and you disagree, that's okay. But remember that behind the mask or no mask, there is a human. There is a heart. There is a soul. There is some level, hopefully, of intelligence. You know, there is another being. And by forcing other people your beliefs or disbeliefs or your fear, I think it's wrong. It's almost like let's say if I believe in I don't know, in God, I will tell everybody should believe in God and pray the way I pray, right? Or if I brush my teeth with a Colgate, that everybody mandatory should be brushing Colgate, because other way around is wrong, you know? Or, you know, I eat my spinach only raw, or I only eat my spinach in the form of soup, right? And that's the law. So that's basically, I mean, I can go more and more with examples furthermore, but you know, you get my point, right? So given this example of this violence and of absolutely unfair treatment from another female who was completely obnoxious, badly brainwashed, and I don't know what triggered her so badly, because I understand you're afraid of virus, stay away from me. You're afraid of virus, stay freaking away from me, you know? Don't come close. You know, another thing is order your stuff online if you're afraid to interact with people, because believe it or not, you know, and I've been talking about that I think thousands and thousands of times already, about masks do not protect from anything. Masks do not protect from anything. It's completely unscientific. Tons of doctors who are not brain deformed and who are not corrupted, they talk about that, like Rashid Budar, like Dr. Shiva, like other bunch of Russian doctors, German doctors. They talk about that what's happening right now, it's not only genocide, but somebody today from a Church of God, the person who was with us on the protest last Saturday downtown, this person sent me a picture, a photo, and this photo has a person in a face mask, and the face mask, instead of that strap, it has a chain, and on the end of the chain is a lock, right? Good image. And then it says that before the Islam came to Arab countries, Arab nation, whatever, what used to call Arabs at that time, they discovered that when you cover a person's face, you not only kill the identity, you not only kill the personality, but you also make person very submissive. So that's why they decide to cover women's face, which is, you know, in Arab countries, most of Arab countries, and I live there, I can tell you from my own experience. I didn't live there as a tourist, I lived there for a while, and I spoke Arabic, and I kind of aware of the culture there. And I tell you something, women are submissive there. I mean, majority, right? Not probably in the big cities, with intelligent husbands, but majority of the women are very submissive because of the, not only because of this cloth, because of the culture, but including the cloth over the face. You know, when you cover, it's like you almost like a shame of yourself, although the saying is for Allah and whatever. But it's when you cover your face, there's something wrong with you. It's, you know, it's right away puts you in a certain place, right? And what happening right now is not only a very well trained agenda going on, where people get very well trained like a perfect, you know, suicide soldiers, that wearing mask is mandatory, and if you see a person without mask, attack a person. And by the way, government doesn't say that, but in between lines, when you're listening to our beautiful people who govern us in our province, in our cities, in our country, they tell that, you know, we should all be united in one, you know, under one cause. We all in this basically crap together. And so in between lines, you can see that they're pushing us to police each other, right? So this agenda right now teaching people to not only police, but sooner or later I think is going to become really violent. And I think people like me, and I told my friend today, people like me who not wearing mask, and by the way, there are a lot of us, and surprise, surprise, we not getting sick for the last 6 months. So 6 months, I think, is a big period of time. It's not a week, it's not months, it's not 2 months, it's half a year. And I think half a year can prove a lot that people who don't wear masks, they either got immune already, or they probably had, they call that asymptomatic, you know, you have no freaking symptoms, but they still believe you have some kind of freaking bug, which we all have. You know, majority, almost like 90% of population have herpes. Herpes, by the way, very dangerous virus. And if you have herpes on your genitals, then it can affect especially women reproductive organs. It can actually cause cancer of some of your reproductive organs, right? It also slowly killing your immune system. So nobody talks about that, but 90% have herpes. And so far, in the traditional medicine, they telling us they still don't know the cure. Same thing with Hep C, hepatitis C, and other staphylococcus, whatever. You know, there are lots of stuff they still don't know how to cure. And because of that, people not afraid to, you know, kiss each other or date each other or freaking have sex with each other and stuff like that. So all of a sudden Corona came, and a lot of people, I think, very shortly they understood the agenda and they understood what's going on, and they decide not to follow this crazy martial law. However, what's happening right now, if you guys on my side, then I think what should be happening is we should team up together. And anytime we go grocery shopping, anytime we go in something that requires you to go to the store and be there for some time, especially places like Walmart, right? I don't go usually to Walmart. I try to avoid, because I don't like the way the Walmart runs, the way they bring most of the stuff from China, the way they add to the global pollution and distortion, all that stuff. But anyway, any store, let's say Sobeys or Costco, which I also don't go, but anyway, anywhere where you see a lot of people. Imagine one person like me walking without mask, and imagine the lady like that in the store, like I met today, who was evil, like with a, you know, such a drama jumping on me with a lot of aggression. Imagine 3 ladies like that or 4 ladies like that. What can happen? It can happen they call it chain of reaction, you know, because we still like, you know, animals, human animals, right? So one person starts to bark, the other 5 wanted to join, you know, 2 people fighting, another 5 will join, and then where the 5, they're 100, and then you see people fighting, they already lost control and they lost idea why they were fighting, why the fighting started, right? So I think for people like me right now, it's getting not safe. And sometimes I wish I lived in the States, and I wish I had my gun. You know, it's crazy, right? But I have my fist, but sometimes it's not enough, I think, right? So if you guys on my side and you understand what I mean, and we should team up together, partner together, at least 2-3 people in a store, in the grocery, or whatever we go, post office, whatever you do, you know, make a schedule, make a time, and help each other, keep each other safe, guard each other, because the time will come, and I feel it, and I don't want to sound like a prophet, but I feel it. It's in the air. The time of violence and unhumane treatment of human to each other will happen. It's on the rise. It's actually already there. I've seen a couple of footages from the States where the people without masks are trying to enter the store, and they were getting beat up by some, you know, hillbillies, right? Some hillbillies, junkie billies, whatever, you know, people. Because I think, you know what, no matter who you are, if you are still have a little bit of brain and intelligence, you shouldn't be treating other human like that. It doesn't matter what you think about the virus, not virus. You gotta understand that when the government exercising such rules and such a how should I say it, living condition as we have right now, there is probably a bigger than the virus agenda going on. And I think not to see it, you got to be completely blind, like completely blindfolded, right? So yeah, that's all what I wanted to cover, is to stay safe. If you are a mask person, or if you think, you know, you rather wear a mask not to have situation exactly like me, so you're not gonna stand your ground and you're rather gonna sell your or give away your little piece of freedom that you still hold, or little piece of dignity, it's up to you. I have a few friends who completely agree with me, and they completely understand what the government agenda is, and they understand that the genocide is coming. It's already here. Welcome. But what they're telling me is, you know, they're saying, well, when you go to the store, you waste so much time arguing with people, which I usually don't, right? I explain in one simple sentence: I have exemption. And in majority of the stores so far, I didn't have no issues up until today. This violent case happened to me today for the first time. Hopefully for the last time, okay? Hopefully. But I'm not gonna count on hope. I'm very realistic, and I see the way the world and the way they exercise in people's minds through the social media, through the mass media, that it's completely corrupted and completely they completely following the agenda of new world order, of genociding people, of making people bio robots. We already, you know, we're almost already there, because we cannot live without gadgets. We cannot. Most of the people cannot drive without GPS. If they don't have a GPS, and if, let's say, the internet is off for today, most of the people won't be able to get home. Believe it or not, they won't be able. They don't know how, right? If today something happened to your phone, they will track your phone or block your phone or disable your phone. Majority of the people, including me, they don't know the numbers of their friends. They don't know, sometimes they don't even know their own number, cell phone number, right? And so this is crazy. We are completely almost like bio robots. We still biological beings, you know, made of flesh, but at the same time, we so rely on the gadgets rather than our own mind and brain. We so rely on media to tell us anything we want to hear. Even like say about weather. When I used to wake up back home, we used to and I didn't live I wasn't born 100 years ago, just 44 years ago. I would wake up and look at the sky, and living in Russia, St. Petersburg, you kind of know, if, you know, in the morning it's the sun, especially in the summer, it might be a rain end of the day. or vice versa. Or in the winter, you can predict by the way the clouds are, the wind is, the sun position. Right now we're relying completely on gadgets and on what they're telling us, what the smarter people, according to our beliefs, telling us. And those smarter people, they're not really smarter, right? Agenda, right? They have their ways of depersonalize us, or how should I say? They create faces. They have no faces. They take your identity, to take your personality. That's what I was gonna say, right? And it works very well, because when you don't see smile, when you don't see person face, everybody become one giant mask, or one giant like face diaper. No, literally. And I like how people right now are greeting each other and they talk about each other mask. Talking about, oh my god, I love you mask. This mask is, where did you buy this? Oh, it has a Mickey Mouse. Oh my god, it has a Playboy character. Woo woo. Oh my god, it has this and that. So right now people trying to express themselves wearing the mask with a certain, personage or certain message on their face, which is, I guess it's cool when it's not being forced or enforced. Okay? So now about last thing I wanted to say is about spirituality. So what I noticed today when this girl was attacking me, well, verbally attacking, thanks God not physically, because I would probably snap and then I wouldn't be able to make my live video today. I guess because, I don't know. But I don't want to get in legal trouble, so that's why I stay as much cool as possible. The last thing I will use my fist, but I can, right? Trust me, I can. Yeah. So what I realized, when somebody is really like low vibrational, I hope you know what I mean, or somebody really envy, or like you see, okay. Let's give this example. You see a beautiful woman, and sometimes this beautiful woman we have an ugly friend. Or sometimes I've seen that during my teenagehood, when I was a teenager, back at school and back in college. And I was always wondering why not two beautiful girls walk with each other. So what happened is sometimes the beauty attracts really ugly people, because in front of or close or nearby the beauty, you kind of start to look better yourself, right? And maybe you're gonna get chance to date some really good looking guys because of this girl, right? But I also noticed how much these ugly girls would hate the beauty girls. They would create any kind of nasty stories, gossips, tell everybody that these girls are, like very loose behavior and all that stuff, which is sometimes was completely untrue, right? And so what I realized with now and with today, that what this lady probably saw, she saw a freedom, she saw a light, because I do have a light, and I guess she saw something that she doesn't have the qualities. And that pissed her off so badly. And in the form of, in the form of exercising the bylaw or whatever, she started to attack me. But the issue wasn't mask. I'm sure if there were no mask policies right now, this lady would find something else to yap at me about, right? You know what I mean, right? But also what I found out that I was just listening to a guy from my home country, from Russia, and he's a healer. He does some kind of type of exorcism, so he exorcising demons out of people. And like sometimes I'm skeptical about that, although sometimes when I see people and the way they act, sometimes I do believe that demons live in the people. Or some, low vibrational creatures enter their body and probably live in there and don't pay rent. Right? So, but no, truly, when this lady was screaming at me with the deformed face, I realized there are other creatures, other entities are inside people, and unfortunately more people than we think, right? Maybe including me, I don't know. Maybe my demon is kind of quiet, I don't know. But it was really, to the point, not really scary, but she made me feel very, very uncomfortable and kind of, I had chills. I usually don't have chills, but the way she was acting and the way her face went, I got chills, right? So I only have chills when something supernatural happening, which I had experienced before. So we know that people who exercise in mask policy, people who exercise in this COVIDiot agenda, the same people supporting child trafficking, the same people supporting abortions, and the same people support children being sold for organs and all that stuff, right? And women being enslaved and all that stuff, right? So you know, I hope you guys know that. By the way, our beautiful person who ruling this country, on one of his page, on one of his work or whatever, his the page, so some kind of not activism, but I have to find the word for that. Helping people, whatever. Anyway, some kind of agenda. He has I heard he has a web page. So when I went there, on his web page, there is a symbol of pedophiles, and I think a lot of people know that our favorite guy who rules this country, he has a lot of friends who are pedophiles. So now think about that. People who are exercising the rules for these new rules for masking, the new rules for locking down, the new rules for masking children, the new rules for being okay to vaccinate your children with unknown substance that not only will destroy the immune system at its best of your child, of teenager, or even yourself, but it will also lead to problem with your mind, with your brain, right? A lot of scientists are ringing bell about this right now, right? So same people who exercising this, same people violating other stuff, and everybody okay with that because it's our superiors, right? We're supposed to believe that we voted for them and we chose them. We chose demons that rule in this hell. There you go, I got that. So I was trying to find a good word. We chose demons. They make us believe. We chose those demons that rule in this hell. And now they're trying to cook us alive. First they have to desensitize us, right? In a way of, we shouldn't feel any compassion to other person. And especially to the person without the mask. We should hate that person right away. We should attack that person right away, right? And it's a time where I think that for people who have that light, internal light, we should help people who still have a hope to wake up. We should help people who are awake but afraid to speak up, to start to speak up, to raise their voices, and together we will win the battle. I believe we will win the battle, and I believe in 2021 there's something big is gonna happen. But I believe, the prediction that they want to stretch COVID till 2025, I hope it's not gonna happen. And I hope people will not gonna start killing each other just because of the freaking diaper on the face, or no diaper on the face, or we're not gonna lose our human rights just because we don't wanna inject unknown substance in our bodies, okay? Or unknown toxins or poison in our body, let's say that way, right? And I think we're not gonna get to that point. We're heading there that way, by the way, but I hope we're not gonna be fully descending in that very dark, very bad place. So exercising your spirituality is very important, because I think when you are spiritual, you understand that you have a responsibility to shine the light upon others, and you also have a responsibility to kind of first educate yourself in the best of your ability. Educate, I mean, not in form of like formal education, but spiritual education. And when you have the spiritual education, I think you understand that you don't have rights to push people to go left or right. You can tell them, you can explain them, but you have no rights to push anybody, and more so, you have no rights to be aggressive to another human being, because aggression creates more aggression, and violence creates more violence, and silence creates more silence. You know, right now a lot of people silent, and I know because I do some physical training for people, and I just got back to my field that I used to fitness train people and do all that stuff. So now I'm kind of back on my horse. So I do that, and I talk to a lot of people, young and old and mid-age, and a lot of people, my clients, they tell me that they don't believe in this. They know it's agenda. It's very clear. They're never gonna get vaccinated, but they cannot talk about it at work because they will lose their job. They cannot talk to the family members because sometimes they don't want to fight with their brothers, sisters, parents, or wives or husbands. And but they kind of spiritually with me. But then I don't get it. If you're spiritually with me, if you understand, how you think you're ever gonna change the world if you are silent? Silence sometimes I think is the worst enemy. You know, when a woman get abused and raped, the husband or boyfriend or whatever, the raper, always keep this person, this woman, in fear, so that if she speak up, she will be killed or she will be punished, or etc., etc. Right? It's actually a lot in Islamic world, a lot of that happening, right? Same with the pedophile, right? When you molesting or raping a child, and I have a few friends who've been raped when they were children, as young as 9, and they told me that they were so much afraid, all their girls, right? They were so much afraid to tell their mother that the stepfather is raping her, or that the uncle is been raping her, or that the cousin was raping her, to the point that that silence created more violence. Silence can create more violence, right? So mask is a symbol of silence. Mask is a symbol of obedience and of submission. When you become a submissive, it's very easy to rape you. It's very easy to destroy your mind. It's very easy to take anything away from you, because you already you gave yourself for that. You gave up. So okay. Yes, I'm a freedom fighter, guys. I'm a freedom fighter. I am more than a freedom fighter. I'm a speaker, and I believe I speak the truth, or at least I speak what is in my heart. And for the last 6 months, unfortunately, I had to delete a lot of friends, delete and block a lot of friends who've been attacking me for not wearing masks, that, oh my God, you won't infect everybody, and this and that. Which is, like, people just repeat exactly what they heard on the radio or TV. Just look at that, right? It's like if you teach a child that, for example, in schools, right, a long time ago, they were teaching that, white people are good and black people not, right? So the kids would come. I was watching the documentary back in the 70s in the States, 75, 70s, even 80s. So the white kids are bullying black kids, right? And they're saying this and that, you are this, you are that. So why? Well, because that's what they are taught in school. And right now, the school for big people is a TV in the form of news. I don't know, newspaper if anybody reads, but I guess, yeah, paper. And the social media censorship almost everything. I know few friends who are just like me, freedom fighters, and they've been posting something that breaking news about mask, that how bad and how actually toxic is for you to wear a mask for a prolonged time. And they've been blocked by Facebook, or they've been blocked by Instagram, or they've been deleted from, like, the YouTube literally got deleted on the YouTube channel. You know, when stuff like that happen, is it's very clear that when you, I think in a democratic country, shouldn't be like that. I mean, you say okay, whatever, but why you have to be necessary be silent? Like, they have to silence you and they have to delete your entire, you know, speech or entire topic, right? Which is I think is very clear, you know. Anyway, I got to my destination. Cheers. This is my booster juice, and this story happened thanks to booster juice. So booster juice, the last message to booster juice stuff. I know, guys, you have this, you know, signed bylaw, whatever, 54, whatever, bylaw or bill or whatever, a number of regulation, but remember that everybody different. People do have exemption, you want to believe it or not, and please educate your staff to stop violence in your store. Educate your staff to react to violent people, mask or no mask, doesn't matter. Okay, violence shouldn't become normal nowhere in Canada or any other country, but especially in Canada, because Canada, when I came, it was a beautiful country. Right now, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers. Bye.